Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we're talking about some alternative currency farming strategies. So these are going to be things that are not as popular as like delirium mirrors, simulacrum, juiced maps, things like that, but are going to be more profitable just because of less people are doing it. It's about scarcity, things like that. So before we jump into it, if this helps you out at all, hit like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment below what you're doing for currency. If any of this helps you, let me know. That would be awesome. So we'll jump into it. Make sure to stick around for the end. My last thing I have on this list is I think the best ROI currently for Archnemesis League. We'll get into that, and we'll get into my new passive tree for the Atlas that is helping fuel this strategy. So first thing, bring up the passive tree. The easiest switch you can make is going for Syrian Exarch instead of Leader of the Worlds. Basically, I just swapped all these over to this side. We're on Syrian Exarch now. So why is this less popular? This is less popular because of this passive node right here. Other than that, all these passive nodes are exactly the same. This has 20% chance to spawn an altar. This has 50%. The rest of the stuff on here doesn't really matter. Not super important. So that's why. That's why it's less popular. You get less scarabs, but the price of scarabs are super low because everybody's doing this. So what really matters is that every 28 maps you get an invitation. If you look at PoE Ninja, the price of those invitations right now are double for the Syrian Exarch invitation. Talking 43 versus 91. So that is why I switched to Syrian Exarch. It's not a huge loss in altars. I mean, it is like 30%. That's a big number, but the end payoff is huge. And you're talking like rusted scarabs that are not worth anything because of how flooded the scarab market is. This doesn't matter. Double invitation. It also support the left side gaming strategy if you want to do delirium, blight, beyond, all that sort of stuff. It's all the left side. So Syrian Exarch is the first easy switch for an alternative currency farming to what's super common. And you literally just double your currency every 20 maps. So if you want to sell it, or if you want to run it, if you run it, the Forbidden Flame side of the jewel, if it somehow drops for you, is more expensive than the Forbidden Flesh side, which is less common. Many good reasons to run Syrian Exarch instead of Leader of the Worlds, and that's what I'm doing now. Next up, we need to talk about delirium. You see, I still have the delirium stuff checked. On my tornado shot that I build, delirium's super easy to hit like max rewards. So I left them on, but what I'm not doing is investing super. I'm not running delirious maps. I'm not buying delirium mirror sextants. If a mirror comes up, great. If it doesn't, oh well. The rest of my stuff's scaring me, but when it does come up, it's zero investment for me to have a mirror that has super good splinters, rewards, stuff like that. So I'm not super invested, but when it comes up for free, it's awesome. So that's my delirium strategy right now. All right. Next one is the one I've been having the most fun with, and it's gonna be pretty polarizing, but it's the heist stuff. I'm fully invested in the heist. It's boring, but it's super relaxing to me. So what I'm doing is I'm running all these maps on my Tornado Shot Deadeye, and then switching over to my bosser / tankier build in my Summon Skeleton Necromancer to actually run the heist contracts and the grand heists. But there's tons of ways you can do this. I'm invested in all of them. I'm stacking currency. I'm stacking contracts, blueprints. The best node for heist, though, if you're gonna do it, I think has to be the case in the joint. Blueprints have a chance to be fully revealed. This is huge. It saves you so many rogue markers, even with maxed out Yana. This node was in 3.16 on the passive tree, but seemed to like never ever hit. I've had this hit multiple times now of just fully revealed blueprints. It's awesome. Definitely best into this if you're doing any sort of heist. So why heist, right? People don't like doing it, first of all. It can be pretty boring. But the alternative gems are selling for so much. Some of them are selling for so much, like best investment you can make, and it's super easy. Like you can run like a 4-wing heist, grand heist, and like you just zoom to the end, probably like 10 minutes, and have chance at like multiple Exalts. So it's good. The other thing is like you want to keep running deception contracts to get on a rewards. I'm probably gonna do a whole video on heist eventually, but you run these deception contracts and they drop so many stack decks, and stack decks are going for about 100 for an Exalt, and like you will hit that pretty quickly running deception contracts. Last thing, even if you don't want to run anything in heist, you can take all your stuff and sell it on TFT or contracts, bulk seller, deception contracts, your blueprints. If they're fully revealed, probably get even more, and just get rid of them. So rogue markers are going about 60,000 rogue markers for an Exalt. So with all these like increased rogue markers drop, you're gonna get a ton of rogue markers. Pretty awesome. So that's heist. If you don't like heist, obviously don't do this, but I like heist. It's pretty fun. It's relaxing. Not a lot can go wrong if you have a tanky build. So. Alright, next up, I'm still slightly invested in ambush. I made some concessions on a tree, but I decided to keep currency for artisans and duplicate division for miners. Got rid of operatives. This is the easiest one to get rid of with the price of scarabs being so low. It just didn't really matter. Got rid of these ones. I don't care about the pack size anymore around it. So you lose a strong box, but we're getting pretty much a lot more artisans and diviners this way. And those are the big payoffs. Those are the things I don't have to worry about. Like, I just drop pure currency on the map, good to go. I either run ambush on the table or run an ambush scarab, and they're pretty cheap. So good. We kept in harbingers. Harbingers are super good. This is again just pure currency. Ancient orbs are going up in price. I think I've been selling them like 9 for an Exalt. So I just love all the harbinger nodes. They're super good. Pure currency. Super good. The scarabs are cheap. You foresee you put some harbingers on the map, so really good. I want to talk about the thing that I'm not invested in on the map, but that people should be doing, and that is Delve. Delve is super profitable. I'm going to show you why real quick. Basically, all I'm doing is just like when I'm out of Delve, out of sulfite, I just throw my sulfite mission back on. Sulfite scarab are super cheap. There's so many ways to get sulfite, so you don't need to invest into it on the map, I don't think. But what are we talking about for Delve? Right? Like, why is it important? Because these 2-socket resonators are super expensive. Same with like the single ones. These are usually not 2C. In bulk, they're like 3C a piece. It's like 40 for an Exalt, 45 for an Exalt. That's over 2. That's like almost. That's about 3C a piece. That's insane for these. Fossils are not super expensive. Some of them aren't, obviously, but the socket resonators is Delve extremely profitable. Highly recommend delving. And then the last thing that I'm doing for huge profit, this is my number one ROI of things that you should be doing, I think, right now. Legion. I know some people hate Legion, but let's talk about it real quick. First off, scarabs. Rusted Legion scarab is half a C. In bulk, it's half a C, right? It's less than half a C bulk. So let's start there. Right, you can get the polished ones for what, 1.6 yielded. You don't need to. You can invest half a C, and you're gonna be super good because of how good these Atlas passes are for Legion. Let's start at the bottom. The one down here is the one that can be cut if you don't need to. You can duplicate splinters, and this is the really worst one. Is areas of plus 4% chance to complete an encounter. You don't need this. This is optional. I'm going for max splinters, so that's why I have it. And I just threw this on here because not much else I'm gonna do with one more passive. All right, this wheel over here. Don't screw this one up. You don't need this side unless you're doing like really little damage and you have like a really slow character. You don't need this side. This is just while they're in stasis and they have more time. Right, this bottom half is more important. Legion is going to need 2 additional sergeants. The sergeants have 20% chance to have additional rewards. This is just huge splinters. It's huge splinters. Like, we're looking for splinters. And I'll show you why in a second. Okay. This note up here is weird, but the whole thing's good. Each Legion contains an additional warlord. That's more splinters. Good. Good. Splinters have chance to be duplicated. It's all good. Duplicated. But here's where things really get interesting. Right? 0.2% chance to drop as an emblem instead. For all splinters that are being duplicated, we're getting a ton from guaranteed warlords, guaranteed generals, things like that. Things remember like can include a general. Will the general have both generals? Like, these are all super good. And then the big payoff that combines all of this together is this node right here. Okay. +1 chance for leading honor. That doesn't matter. Marikath, 40% increased chance to include Marikath army. And then a big 0.6% chance for splinters to drop as emblems instead. Below total, that's a 1% chance for emblems to drop as, or splinters to drop as emblems. We're getting 40% more Marikath. Why is that important? Or fragments? I don't have, I've been selling them. Bring this up. Marikath emblems are going for, I've been selling them for Z57 is a little low. You are just like, with how many splinters are dropping, you're just racking these. And with Marikath being 40% or more increased chance to spawn, you're getting a ton of Marikath. It is insane. I highly, highly recommend this strategy. It is paying basically nothing for it. Super good. Legion has been crushing it for me. So last thing I want to say is just my basic strategy is I'm playing on this character, my turret no shot Deadeye, as my mapper. Once I run a sufficient amount of maps where I have like screaming invitations for Syrian Exarch, I have a bunch of delve, a bunch of heist I want to do. I switch over to my tankier, a little bit better bosser, guy that's just not gonna die. I can just sit back, relax, run heist, run delve, run those bosses on my summon skeletons. Just kind of do that back and forth. I get that for some people that involves having two characters, but I've gone over how I set up. I've pretty much crafted everything for both characters by myself. They're not huge investments, but they have completely different playstyles and do it completely differently. This guy's gonna die more often, but he's gonna map way faster. Whereas the other guy's just me just sitting back, chilling. It's great. So that is my entire alternative currency investment farming methods right now that I'm running. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments down below if any of these help you out. Twitch link is down below as well. I'm trying to stream a little more often, so click on that, give me a follow. It means a lot to me. Like, subscribe, comment. I'll catch you next time. Thanks. Bye.